How do you import an image into Photoshop? So if you're completely updated with Photoshop, you might have this new sort of smart toolbar. And if you don't have anything selected directly, you may see import image right here. That's exactly what we want to do. So there's two ways that images import. Now, if you click this button, it's going to place embedded. I'll talk to you about the difference here in a second. But if you just want to bring an image in, click that button, find your image, and then click place. That's going to bring the image in. It also will bring it in and let you transform it at the same time. So once you kind of have grabbed the edges and moved it up and down to place it exactly where you want and the size you want, you can change this later, of course, with the transformation tools, but just press enter and that will commit that image to your document. And you can see it created a layer down here and it brought it in as a smart object, which is, of course, my favorite way to bring in imagery. Now, that places it embedded, which means it embeds the image into your document. You can also place a linked image, which Photoshop will need to keep that image in the same spot on your computer to be able to continue linking to it. However, it also allows you to adjust that image. It will link and automatically make that adjustment in your document. Now, to place a linked image, we'll go up to File, down to Place. Here's that place embedded. That's what we did with the import image option, but we can also place linked. And we can grab the same photo and place it in here. Looks the exact same, behaves the exact same. Press return, commits that photo. The only difference is you have a little link icon down here. That means if any adjustments happen to this photo outside of Photoshop, or even if the photo is replaced with the same name, the same file name, Photoshop will update this link and it will reflect whatever those changes are. It does also mean if you move this file, Photoshop won't be able to keep track of it. It thinks it's in a very specific spot. In my case, it knows this file is in my downloads folder. So that's where you get into issues of opening a project on someone else's computer. You had linked images to your desktop. They don't have access to those. And so suddenly those images are pixelated and they don't work as well. So there are pros and cons. 99% of the time I embed images. So I click this button down here, or I'm not used to that yet, so I would just go to Place Embedded. The other thing you can do is just click and drag imagery into your document. So we just placed this one in here. This is embedded, so anybody that has this file has this image. You can also just navigate to wherever on your computer and click and drag. So if I wanted these clouds, I could open up my downloads or just use this little window right here, click and drag these clouds in, and it does the exact same thing. You see I still have the resizing options, and I press enter or return, and down here in the lower right, you can see I have a cloud layer, I have another image layer if I hide the cloud layer. Both of these are embedded in here, and that's the quickest and easiest ways to import images here into Photoshop. Now, the other thing you can do, just if you wanted to open an image, is go to File, Open. So that's how to import images into your actual document, or I could open this cloud image on its own in its own Photoshop document. So this document is sized to the size of that image, and this is the image right here. The only thing I don't like about this option is it doesn't create a smart object. And not to get too deep into smart objects, but basically a smart object over here, everything I drug in or imported in is a smart object. And Photoshop, no matter what the size of my document is, Photoshop will remember exactly how large and how high of quality this photo is as long as I keep it a smart object. So no matter what I do to it, scale it down, scale it up, anything like that, Photoshop will always remember the original image. And so all the pixels will always be there. Versus an image that's not scaled is just those pixels. You scale it down, you lose the pixel resolution. You scale it back up or you move it around, your image is going to start to get blurry. So I always like to make sure my images are smart objects. If I were to open an image here in Photoshop, I would right click on that guy and just go to Convert to Smart Object. Before I make any transformations, before I scale it any direction, I make it a smart object and I tell Photoshop, here's the full quality of that image. Please remember it while I make adjustments to it. But that's how you can import images here in Photoshop.